Here are some basic concepts. The first one is intonation. The term intonation refers to the way the voice goes up and down in pitch when people are speaking. It is a fundamental part of the way we express our own thoughts, and it enables us to understand those of others, as well as helping to determine meaning. Intonation gives us clues about the speaker's attitude or how do he feels about what he's saying. For instance, we can get a good idea as to whether someone is interested, bored, being kind, being honest, or lying. And the second one is pitch. Pitch can be understood as the quality of a sound that is converted by rate of the vibrations producing it. In short, pitch refers to the degree of highest or lowness of a tone. And the third is tone. Tone is a certain pattern of pitch movement. By means of tones, the speaker signals whether what she or he says is proclamation, an agreement, a disagreement, a question, a hesitation, or indicators of completion and continuation of turn taken in speech.
Hello everyone, my name is Boha, and now I will present the part intonation phrase, tone unit, intonation unit, or the group. About the definition, intonation phrase is a thread of discourse which contains a tonic syllable. An utterance can be spoken as one or several tone units depending on the tempo of speech and the speaker's purpose of communication. The faster a person speaks, the longer and fewer the tone units. The slower the pitch, the shorter and more numerous the tone units. We have 3 examples. Number 1, I'm going to Hanoi for a meeting this Saturday. Number 2, I'm going to Hanoi for a meeting next Saturday. Number 3, I'm going to Hanoi for a meeting next Saturday. Obviously, the utterance I'm going to Hanoi for a meeting next Saturday can be said with one pause, one tone unit, as in number 1, 2 pause, 2 tone units, as in number 2, and 3 pause, 3 tone units, as in number 3. A syntactic level, a noun phrase, a verb phrase, an adverbial phrase, or prepositional phrase, a clause, or even a short simple sentence can be a tone unit. For example, we can see 2 examples on the screen. From 2 examples, we can a conclusion. In short, how many tone units an utterance has depends on the speaker's speaking rate and whether the phrase by the end of which he paused makes sense or not. Next, we are talking about functions of intonation. We'll start with attitudinal function. Attitudinal function expresses the speaker's attitude and emotions to the topic or as a response to the listener's statement and adds additional meaning to the semantics of the statement. It allows us to respect emotion, finality, confidence, interest, surprise, doubt, joy, pain, irony. This can be done by tone, the choice of which is context dependent.
Okay, everybody, now we have to know a central function. A central function distinguishes picking out and new information in an indirect and direct listener attaching to the silent part of the message. The speaker can change the meaning of something by seeking first. Example, I want to know where he's traveling to. Anna goes shopping to town every Sunday. We will learn about the recursive function. Recursive functions are the degree sequence of utterance are contracted and/or coherent in spoken discourse. The recursive function in intonation of the shall be related to the main area. First, the Europe intonation to the focus the listener's attention on the message. That is the most important. Second, the regulation of the conversational behavior. Sometimes declaring the tonic stress placement according to information content seems to be more appreciated. If a word occurring in a given sentence is more predictable than the information content of that word is lower too. Tonic stress tends to place on the word with a higher information content. I have to take a dog for a walk. I have to take a dog for the vet. The word vet is less predictable, so it has higher information content than the word walk. However, there are many cases when it's very difficult to figure out which word is more important or has more information content. Therefore, the placement of the tonic stress based on the correct criteria is practically impossible. In the case of attending focusing, the playing of the tonic stress is the proper suitable on the particular word in the tone unit. It's the most obvious use. In many cases, the tonic stress is placed on the word that is the most important. Example, I want to Korean.
Facts. I have just used a falling intonation twice to state facts. The second one is a rising intonation. This is very typical for yes/no questions in English. Are you happy? A rising intonation. And the third one is a full rise intonation. We often use this when we're unsure, and sometimes also to show that we're just being polite. And again, I gave you an example before with the sentence, his bag is over there, and I was surprised, I was unsure. These are the three main patterns of intonation in English, and we're going to have a look at them in more detail.
For intonation, falling tone. Generally, for intonation is used to indicate finality, i.e. the speaker has delivered a message and that's all. Therefore, we normally use a fourth tone in this case. A. The end of a directive utterance that gives a statement. B. The end of reply to a question. C. The end of a WH questions with ask for information. D. The end of comment. E. A question tag that requires confirmation or check an agreement rather than a real question. The tag may follow a statement or exemplary sentence. F. A noun phrase added to a WH word question to clarify the subject or object of the question. G. The end of a clause, usually a tone unit, containing new information. 8. The end of indirect or more polite request, usually Which would you mean? I wonder. Right intonation, rising tone. Right intonation generally indicates non-finally, i.e., the speaker has not reached the end of what she has said. Third right intonation typically occurs in the second stanza. A. The end of a tone unit of right are a clause containing the information that has been mentioned already known or implicitly implied. B. Vocative that indicate the unreality. C. Question tags that show uncertainty and request answers. D. Set no question to make sure about something. E. Direct request, offer, and suggestions. F. Phrase or WH question to get the speaker repeat that she has checked. G. A noun phrase referring to subject or object of the statement before it. 8. Lit.
733 Right for intonation. Right for tone convey certainly an exclamation, strong conviction, or strength of feeling of the speaker. Right for tone typically occurs in the following case. Rise for tone typically occurs in the following case. A. Exclamation. For example, how very nice of him. B. Alternative question. Question that suggest choice. Fourth type, the tone raised on the first part of the question and fourth on the last part later. Or example, is he leaving on today or tomorrow? C. Conditional sentence. In a conditional sentence, the tone raised in the if clause and falls gradually in the main clause. For example, if you live here, I won't work for him. D. Questions. Functioning as suggestion. Example, for don't with the doctor. Continue. Four-rate intonation. Four-rate intonation conveys hesitation, uncertainty, and reluctance or reservation on the part of speakers. The tone fall and then rise in their circumstance. A. Incomplete statement. B. The end of a clause or there is followed by a clause. C. The end of a relative clause in a collapsed sentence if the information in the clause is given. D. The end of a subject answer given by the questioner. E. A phrase or a clause showing context or comparison if its information is meant to be given. Continue. Rise or fall. Rise intonation. Rise or fall. Rise intonation is also common in the following case.
A. Subordinate clause or subordinate phrase. Example, while I was learning English, he entered. B. Practice communication such as correcting, leave, taking, expression of thanks, and other social formulas. Example, good morning.